what about this battle that we face? Why do we struggle with the Christian life? And if our eternal destiny is secure, then why does he bother? Why does the enemy make it so hard for us to live the Christian life if our eternal destiny is secure? If he's lost us to the kingdom of heaven, why does he try so hard to attack us? But I think there is potentially a third reason. But not only does he do it because he's trying to harm us, not only does he do it because he's trying to deter others from following Jesus, but he's trying to get us to reject God. If we become a Christian, we cross the line. We cross from the kingdom of heaven from the kingdom of this earth to the kingdom of God. I often think it's a bit like there are two armies perched on two opposing hills with a valley in between. And when we go down the hill to this valley, it's an easy ride down the hill. We can go quite fast. But when we get to the bottom, there's a little river in the bottom of the valley. And when we cross that, the journey up the other side of the valley is a steep cliff that takes a lot of effort to climb. And as we cross that line and we start going up the hill, all hell breaks loose to try to bring us back over the line. And I believe that the devil is trying to make it as difficult as possible for us to follow Jesus, because he wants to keep us in the kingdom of Satan so that we don't become part of the kingdom of heaven. And the challenge is that one of the reasons he attacks us potentially is because he's trying to get us to reject God and to return to his kingdom. Remember previously when we looked at John 15, where Jesus said, "Remain in me to bear fruit and stay connected to me for the strength to go through the battle." And in John 10, when he says no one can snatch you away, the implication is that God is with us in the battle. But if we stay connected to the vine and we remain connected, no one can snatch us away. And the battle might be hard, there might be persecution, and for some people we see that there's even martyrdom that goes with that. But that is part of not being snatched away, but we can remain faithful through the battle. In Psalm 46, David talks about God is our refuge, our ever-present help in times of trouble. That when we face these tough times, we can run to him for the strength and the security. That we have to go through the battle, but we'd rather go through the battle with God at our side and God's strength for that battle, whatever the outcome, than actually face it alone. What we see with Shadrach, Meshach and Abednego in the account we read in the book of Daniel is that they are faced with the challenge of being thrown into a fiery furnace if they don't renounce their faith. And they say, we believe God can rescue us from the fiery furnace, but even if he doesn't, we'll stay true and faithful. And God is looking for hearts that say, my faith is not dependent, it's not a fair weather faith that's dependent only of the sun shining, but my faith will remain strong and true because of the truth of who God is, regardless of what gets thrown at me. I know God can rescue me from the battle, but even if he doesn't, I will stay true. We will face battles, but God's promises to go with us in the battle. And the question we have therefore is, if we live in relationship with God, if we are born again, will we run to him or from him when we come to the battle? Will we draw strength from him to go through the battle and to overcome the battle? Will we remain faithful and trust him when the going gets tough?